Hey everybody, welcome back to We Are Podcast. This is Camp Slash Horrorcast Season 2, Episode 21, Cabin in the Woods. If this is your first time checking out the podcast network, we appreciate it. Please head over to your favorite podcast app, Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean, or iTunes, and give We Are Podcast Network a like. And just a reminder, Camp Slash Horrorcast is a weekly live videocast available on Twitch and YouTube. We go live every Monday at 8 p.m. Central Time at twitch.tv/WeArePodcast Network and youtube.com/WeArePodcast Network. As the Camp Slash Horrorcast is live, I will not be editing the audio for this podcast. So what you saw live is what you get here. Please come watch the stream every Monday at 8 p.m. And if you want to see the previous streams, go check out our Twitch or YouTube channel. And for a full list of future films we'll be watching, please head over to Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at /WeArePodcast. All links can be found in the description. And with that, on to the Horrorcast.
Camp Slash Horrorcast.
I know we are live on Instagram right now, so anything you say is going to get you in trouble.
On Instagram? What?
I'm an ally.
You didn't even go for Twitch first. You were like, oh, let's go to Instagram first.
The way this works, I have to go Instagram first. So we're live there, and I'm going to take it live on Twitch.
This is what happens when you get late, Ethan. We end up on Instagram first.
This is what happens when a fucking
I'm sorry,
guys.
Someone
he
should
wants
have
to
told
be
me.
happy. We did. You didn't listen. You're right. I don't blame you for not listening. I know what you were doing, you dirty old man. You.
Okay.
No, I'm the youngest one here. Right,
Jessup. Oh, Jessup. What's going on over there?
This is going to be an interesting.
And why is that turning me on a little bit?
Yeah, dude.
Move it slower.
This is for my Instagram followers, okay? I have
Instagram
fans.
exclusive.
I have tens of fans that expect me to do weird stuff.
He's just recreating that wolf makeout scene from the movie.
Oh, yeah.
Every one of David's fans has a Jack Skellington tattoo.
I would fucking love that. That would make me so happy. That would make me so happy to have fans.
All right, guys, I'm going to take us live on everything else. So here we go. And we are live. So, hey, everybody, welcome to Camp Slash Horrorcast, where we talk horror movies from the past every Monday at 8 p.m. Central Time. We got a big crew tonight. So first, we have Javi. Also, you're not wearing pants, Byres. Javi, how are you doing today?
I'm actually not wearing pants. That's why my camera's so high up.
Next, we have Jay. He had the conch in his hands, McClintock. Jay, how are you doing, sir?
I am well.
Good. Next, we got David. Am I on speakerphone, Jessup? David, how are you doing, sir? David, you good? You good?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Good. Next, we got Greg. He's got a husband bulge. McKinney. Greg, how are you, sir? Husband bulge.
I'm good, buddy. Thank you.
Excellent. Next, we got Ethan back. It's Ethan. You know damn well which war, Eastwood. Ethan, how are you?
I'm doing great. Glad to finally be back.
Hell yeah. Thank you for coming back, dude. Next, we got Miles. Holy fuck. Am I on reality TV show? Francis. Miles, how are you, sir?
I'm good, dude. I am wearing pants, but I'm not sure who they are, so maybe not.
And finally, we got Mikey. How hard is it to kill a bunch of 9-year-olds? B. Mikey, how are you, sir?
That's perfect. I was kind of hoping for the husband's bulge, but I got myself.
That's second best.
Last I had tequila is my lady. My favorite line from the movie, of course. So we watched Cabin in the Woods, released on December 2011 at Button-Umathon down in Austin, Texas, of course, with an official release date of April 13th, 2012. Running time, 95 minutes, is brisk and it's good. Budget, $30 million. Box office, $66.5 million. Synopsis. When 5 college friends arrive at a remote forest cabin for a little vacation, little do they expect the horrors that await them. One by one, the youths fall victim to backwoods zombies. But there's another factor at play. 2 scientists are manipulating the ghoulish going-ons. And even as the body count rises, there is yet more at work than meets the eye. So, Cabin in the Woods. All right, let's talk our history with the movie. Javi, when's the first time you saw this bad boy?
All right, picture this. A fully grown adult Javi. It's around 2017. I only saw this movie like 4 years ago.
I thought it was really good. I thought it was campy as fuck. It definitely had like an Evil Dead vibe to it, and I really liked that. And I did find myself laughing a lot of inappropriate deaths. You know, deaths was like, oh no, that's so shocking, but I'll just laugh my ass off.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, and it what a fun movie. That's all I'm gonna say.
But upon the rewatch, Chris Hemsworth cannot do a good American accent.
Not at all. He's failing. He's failing the whole
It
time.
was bad.
When you're that hot, it doesn't matter because I'm not hearing anything he's saying. I'm just imagining how ripped his dick is.
Like you know his dick has abs. Like his dick has that.
I heard that.
Has abs.
He sounds like an American.
Do you follow his dick's Twitter account? It's amazing.
I do. It's like
Damn,
both
cock
very
with a
risque
12-pack.
photos.
Jay, how about you? What's your history with the movie?
I saw it in the theaters. I saw it pretty much opening weekend, I think. Loved it. Big Joss Whedon fan. Just, except for all the bad shit, obviously.
Yeah,
but
Good save. Good save, Jay. Good save.
but I saw it. Loved it. Thought it was super cool. I thought it was interesting that the movie had actually been shot like 2 or 3 years before it actually got released. And
Which
the fact
is
that
weird
everyone's
because
30.
It's weird because Hemsworth had 2 movies. He had this one and he had Red Dawn that just sat there until he became famous, and then they released those. So it was bizarre that they did that. All right, yeah. Greg, how about you? You seen this before?
Yeah. I saw it one time whenever it came out. I mean, what was it? 2011, something like that.
Right.
I watched it whenever it first came out, and I liked it. I thought it was funny and very cool and interesting. And then I watched it again today, and I thought it was even funnier and cooler and more interesting this time. So
wait till you see the third time.
It was awesome. Dynamite, this movie.
The third time you'll hate it. That's the arc of it.
Ooh, David, how did you feel? What was your history with this?
Picture this: 2011. David Jessup has no friends, so he has no one to go to the movies with. I missed this movie when it came out. I completely didn't know anything about it, and a buddy of mine was like, "Dude, you've got to see this." This is like 2 or 3 years later, and so he had it on DVD. And he didn't tell me anything about it. So I actually went into this movie having no idea what it was about. And I remember the first time I saw it and the 2 scientists pop up, I'm like, did someone splice a different movie into this? What the fuck is going on? And man, when you get that first reveal of like the bird hitting that barrier, and I was like, oh, this is fucked up. And so I absolutely love it. I love it today. And what's really fun about this movie is if you can ever find somebody, I had an ex-girlfriend and then my wife who had never seen it. And it's so fun to watch with somebody who doesn't know what's happening.
Right.
It's really fun. Yeah, I love this movie.
It's great. Miles, what's your history with the movie?
Also, big fan of the film. I saw it at the Denton Movie Tavern on opening night when it came out. And I remember, like, to Jessup's point, like he was saying, he kind of missed it when it came out. I remember specifically this movie had like really weird marketing, like almost none, and there was almost nothing revealed in the trailers, which obviously I think was the right choice, because that way you're not spoiled. But yeah, I remember just instantly loving this movie. It's like a perfect blend of comedy and horror, and in like a lot of ways it feels like a love letter to like horror fans of the 80s and 90s.
Absolutely, I would agree with that. Mikey B, we chose this movie because you chose this movie, good sir. So thank you so much. You said you love this movie. It's one of your favorites. Is that right?
Oh yeah, I love this movie, man. I when it came out, I had a girlfriend at the time, and I saw a preview for it. So to get away from her, I went to watch it by myself in the studio, and it was a lovely evening. I had like some queso, a steak, some edibles. I love the movie.
Mikey B is going to be the hero at the end of this podcast.
So he said you're going to be the hero at the end of the podcast, just like Marty was in the movie.
Yeah. I love the movie though. Like I sat in the theater by myself. There was nobody. I was the only person in the movie, and I was like kind of weirded out by that. It was kind of creepy, but it was also really cool because there was nobody there to ruin the movie for me.
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. And you've watched this since then? You've watched it a couple times?
I watched it a few times. I watched it again last night. Even if we weren't doing this podcast or this stream, I would watch it again, dude. I love this movie. I think it's hilarious. I think it's kind of weak on Thor to not be able to jump the motorcycle. But
Ethan, the baby of the group. Welcome back, number one. Number two.
He's a man now, Duck.
I
Yeah.
apologize. He's a man now.
He's
They
the little
commented
man
on
of
the
the group.
facial hair, I think off stream. So yeah, that automatically makes me a man,
Yeah.
right?
Well, and also referred to him as a baby and knowing that he has sex with a woman is creepy, Duck. That is super creepy. And I've just canceled you. You've been
I
canceled.
should have gone for the whiskey.
You should have got
Damn.
more, dude. You should have got more. Ethan, is this your first time watching this movie, or you seen it before?
This is the first time I've watched this movie, and I came off it about 5 minutes before I hopped on with y'all.
Wow,
So,
wow, nice. So
Yeah.
you've got
So it's still
opinions.
fresh.
this is very fresh, and I kind of went in knowing a little bit about it. I didn't know that there was going to be that whole ritualistic sacrifice angle to it. So that usually doesn't work for me. I'm not about all the voodoo ritual crap typically, but this one, oh, it worked.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Awesome.
Such a good movie.
Saddle?
All right.
Okay.
I forgot. Let's watch the trailer real quick. Let's pull this bad boy up. I don't think the trailer gives much.
There was going to
away
be that
about the
whole
movie, so-
ritualistic sacrifice angle to it. Hey, So hear
that-
me. Usually doesn't
Yeah,
work
what's
for
going
me.
on?
I'm not about all the You have the voodoo stream ritual pulled up, crap buddy?
Dude, I
typically,
told
but
you,
this one,
dude, we are living in a simulation.
It worked. I loved it.
Where's
Such a good movie.
where's that coming from?
We got
Dude, you
we
have
got
the stream open on a window, bud.
Oh
we gotta
my
keep
God.
we gotta keep.
There's gonna be that whole
soundbite
ritual-
forever.
I love
Loved it.
I
loved it. I loved it.
All right, but what can we change now that we know we can time travel 7 seconds?
You always kill baby Hitler first. That's it. You always kill
Always.
baby Hitler first. Adolescent Hitler.
All right.
Watch there be a lot of quick cuts to the gas man.
Doesn't even show up on the GPS. It's unworthy of global positioning.
Just like Thor in the first Thor movie, not worthy.
Ooh, bro.
Good call.
Hello? I'm thinking
The
of
Harbinger.
credit cards.
Sign says closed.
We're looking for what's it called?
You look like my sister.
Doing my job way too fucking much. We're only having 10 minutes of screen time.
You guys know he wasn't an actor. They just found him.
He just lives in that shack.
Yeah. Are you all filmed with the movie?
Man, rough years for Macaulay Culkin.
Reasons like this,
Hey.
don't swim in ponds and lakes. Just don't swim in lakes.
Have passed
Don't
the
do it.
gate. They are come to the killing floor.
I guess this kind of gives it away a little bit.
It does, yeah. Unless you know that they're like, there's something.
No,
hinky
you're
as
saying
fuck.
that having had seen the movie. If you were just seeing this trailer like fresh, you'd be
Yeah.
kind of like, what?
Yeah.
This is a bad teaser.
Yeah, I agree with you, Greg.
We have to stay together.
This is actually the original Avengers.
We should split up.
Yeah, good idea.
Okay.
Really?
We gotta get out of here.
Now streaming on Disney Plus.
Somebody sent those things here to get us.
Is that Rob Zombie music? Fuck yeah.
It sounds like it.
No point. They want to see us punished.
All humans and human. Oh. I take from you your power.
I think I can get it to go down. Do we want to go down?
That's what she said.
All right, there's the trailer. I don't know if that would have sold the movie to me personally, but I'm very happy I watched it. All right, guys, let's get into a little conversation. This is a Scooby Gang, right? This is 100% Scooby Doo.
Well, it's Shaggy, but
Yeah.
like if he was on the B
Clearly.
team.
I mean,
Good, Mikey.
it said coming soon at the end, but coming now. That looks great.
You know, I think this movie, because it didn't do that great at the box office. I think this is one of those word of mouth movies where people see it and they're like, they tell their horror fans, dude, you guys have got to. I think one of the fun things about this movie is just trying to name all the references. That's like super fun, man.
Absolutely, because this movie deals in tropes. Every trope that you expect would happen, it subverts it in a small way here and there, like taking the
Well,
jock
there's
character.
one trope it doesn't do. and
What's
I was happy. I was thinking about this. It doesn't kill the black guy first, and also I couldn't tell if that was a black guy.
Technically, he is mixed, so it's like maybe just evens out. It's like, well, he's half white, so he can make it a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Some executives like, that's 2 boxes, right?
Diversity, check.
Well, like I said, like watching it subverts your expectation because it takes these classic archetypes, these tropes, and it says these characters aren't those characters, or it has like the stoner character be more intelligent. And I love that their excuse was like he was smoking a strain of weed that was counteracting the weed they gave him. I was just like, all right, that's what's going on. It's got that Joss Whedon fun to it. And I know you really can't say that anymore, but it does. Like he used to have the fun writing. You know what I mean? Good, Jake.
Oh no, I was just gonna ask, did anyone ever try to find that collapsible bong?
It's a real thing, isn't it?
They really made that, yeah.
That's cool.
Long bat.
Yeah, that thing costs $5,000 to create in the props department.
No
That's
fucking
insane.
way.
You're lying. You're full of
It's
shit.
because they went through so much weed.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
why.
that's what I was gonna say. $4,900 of that was just grass that they're investing it with.
I'd love to see the accounting department going through that bill. Oh fuck!
I'll produce in China for 28 cents.
But so we got all these characters, like I said, classic archetype characters. We begin the movie with the facility, and I love the mundaneness of the facility. Like literally, they're getting coffee, they're talking about cabinets or whatever, and it's just a fun setup.
Yeah, everyday job.
They even casually roast each other a little bit, like you would with a friend at the office. Like it's like to them, it's mundane.
And I tell you what, man, this movie does not work without those 2 actors that they chose to play those
Richard
guys.
Jenkins and Bradley Woodford.
Perfectly cast for that. For sure.
Yeah, the one guy was the villain, Billy Madison. That's all I ever remember.
Yeah. That's my best scene he's ever in is Billy Madison, where Billy writes on the board, Eric drinks his own pee. I always think of when I see this movie, that guy.
That was written on the board in the background in this movie, dude.
The greatest movie that Brad Whitford ever did was Revenge of the Nerds 2, Trapped in Nerds in Paradise.
And who was that?
Bradley Whitford.
Is he also in Get Out?
He's in Get Out. He's awesome in Get Out.
Yeah, Revenge of the Nerds, he was a real bad guy.
He's got the best line in Get Out when he says, "If I could vote for Obama,
vote for Obama
I would."
twice." It's so funny.
Third time.
Ridiculous.
Just puts the black guy at ease. Okay, he's not gonna fucking try to
He's
murder
all right.
my soul.
He's all right.
He's probably married to a lovely lady.
Oh yeah. Hey, why don't you meet my wife so she can like hypnotize you and steal your soul? Sorry, wrong movie. We're drifting.
Did anybody else, when y'all saw this movie and they like when they knew each other in the office and they had the just like real work mentality, it made me think, what do they do the rest of the year?
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah, like what else are they doing there?
Are they just doing year-long preps for their fucking kill floors?
You know what I thought of? I thought of like Nightmare Before Christmas, where they spend all this time to get to this Halloween celebration, and the rest of the time is getting ready. It's kind of like people that run haunted houses. They have the big season, and then they spend the rest of the time getting everything together.
I thought you were going to bring up Jack Skellington tattoos again.
what my girlfriends have is up to them. my fans. I'm sorry.
He's building a brand.
Yeah. I do like that idea that it is a mundane thing where they're just like, oh, we've got this in the bag, and they're depending on Japan. They think Japan's going to kill it. So that's kind of like the turning point of the movie. When, fucking Japan, get your shit together. But I love that whenever he's looking at the screen, he's going, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. That really cracked me up.
They're like 8-year-old girls, and he's like in their face.
How hard is it to kill fucking 9-year-olds?
Richard Jenkins is one of the funniest actors around, man. Is
so underrated.
You know, ever seen 6 Feet Under? 6 Feet Under?
Brilliant.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh my god, dude, he absolutely crushed it in that, and I've liked everything he's done pretty much ever since.
Yeah, one of my
Those two
all-time
had
favorite
such
series.
great energy together. Like their chemistry was instantaneous.
Yep.
And it sells the weirdness of the movie because for the most part, you're watching a horror movie or something like it whenever you're dealing with the Scooby Gang. And then it would just cut to this mundane. And I love the lighting. I love the way they do the camera in the facility. It's just so boring. And it's just,
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to jump in.
No,
I
go
work at a law firm, and it's them betting on who's going to die is how Christmas parties are at corporations. That is how that nailed Christmas parties at like law firms and corporations. You know, people are getting drunk and they're flirty and they're just kind of going crazy. That's what's so fun about watching this movie with someone that has no idea what's going on, because their brains are like, what the fuck is happening? And it's great to see how they start figuring it out.
To that point, I had actually read that the director chose to open the way they did with just those two talking in that manner because they wanted to intentionally make people feel like they walked into the wrong movie.
That's awesome.
Kind of like a gag.
Good.
And I think like to some extent it works, because when you do start watching that film, you're like, wait, I thought this was that Chris Hemsworth movie.
Yeah.
It makes it so much better when you rewatch it and you know that's what's going on. I love that part about the movie a lot.
Yeah,
I can imagine like this, if you were to watch this, had no idea what you were getting into, and you were really high, I could see it being very confusing.
Mikey B said it. He was on edibles when he watched it.
Yeah.
You
remember,
said you were totally lost, right?
Yeah, I didn't. I was like, I thought, like David said earlier, I thought somebody had spliced the wrong movie, and I was like, what the hell? Is this?
And that's what's so genius about this movie. It's so meta, it's awesome, and it really fucks with you. And it just takes everything that you love about horror movies, but it kind of peels it away, and it gives a reason to why those horror movies exist.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, just killing those tropes one at a time, just throwing them up on the screen and saying, how do we subvert this? Throwing it up on the screen and say, how do you subvert this?
Not even that. They explain away a lot of it behind the science and mechanics of the cabin in the woods. Oh, the scene where he says, oh, we should all stick together, the puff of gas. I think we should split up. It's a smart idea, guys.
And I love that Marty is like back there like,
what the fuck, dude?
What are you doing? Or the girl isn't really slutty. And all of a sudden they send that stuff in. All of a sudden
the blonde hair dye is such a perfect metaphor and a perfect flip, because the blonde is always like the dumb trope or whatever. And the fact that the dye literally made her dumb was such a perfect joke.
But I always wondered, how did they trick her into dyeing her hair and like spiking her dye? Because they say that at one point, that the dye in her hair or something like that. I always wondered, like, how do they know?
Well, she's a girl in her 20s. She's going to go through a blonde phase at some point.
Well, what
Mike, talk, right?
Yeah. Mikey B, if you read the novelization, her boyfriend negs her into it. Yeah.
We're big on the novelization here. You got to read the novelization.
21-year-old girl. I just dyed my hair blonde.
Yeah, we're all trying to figure out why.
Saying these dumbass things?
Dude, if you start dancing really sexy, I'm gonna have to take you out in the woods and have you get murdered by a zombie family.
I am hoping to see your tits by the end of this show, though.
That was shocking.
It's just where I just got a weird image of Miles just like full mount on top of David Jessup. I'm not hating it.
I just want you guys to know that my dick is very confused right now. Just so you guys know, my dick is like, am I supposed to be hard?
He's not saying no, but it's definitely not a full yes right now.
Should I go back
now
inside?
A good time to plug my OnlyFans?
Yes.
Have my attention, but now you have my curiosity.
There is a girl with blonde hair on this cast. There's a girl with blonde hair and another girl with really long hair. What's happening right now?
I like that I'm Thor and that he's the chick in this one.
So yeah,
just like Thor in this movie, you forgot to bring a hammer.
Oh, I got the hammer, pal.
Oh, shit. Spicy.
Go on.
So let's get back to the movie. I love the versions. Don't get me wrong.
Welcome to the orgy.
Yeah. So the characters, the trope of the Scooby Gang, you know, where we've got Dana as Velma, which is a very sexy Velma, but Velma is sexy, so good. Regardless. You got the blonde girl. I can't remember her name. You've got Kurt, which I think is Chris Hemsworth. You've got all these. Do these characters work for you guys? It feels for like for the most part, everyone's in the horror movie except for Marty, who can step outside of it and actually know what's going on. And
I love the redhead, man. She's great.
She's gorgeous too.
And I know she has a name. Please don't yell at me. I know she has a name.
It's
I just
Dana.
didn't bother learning it.
Dana.
It's
yes.
Dana.
It's Dana. Yeah. So yeah.
If you
so,
really loved her like I did, you would know that, David.
I saw her in my or saw her in those panties. I was like,
I did actually try to find other movies that she was in, but apparently this was pretty much it for her career.
Really?
Yeah.
Wasn't
I
she
thought it
in
was,
that Paul Dano movie?
Which Paul Dano movie was it?
Like the one where like the girl comes to life after he's like a writer, some bullshit like that.
Never saw it.
Man, I wish I had a device or a computer in front of me where I could look up her IMDb.
Kristen Connolly.
Okay.
Is that her name?
That's her name.
Has she done porn?
She have an OnlyFans.
Yeah. Asking for me. I'm just asking for me. That's all.
Searching next videos now.
A Siri.
Oh, you know
Connolly
what?
porn.
I just read her IBDM page. She got a wrinkle, so she does not getting work anymore.
So yeah,
taking down so many actresses in today's Hollywood.
When they introduce her into the movie, as a man who walks by a lot of open windows and peeks in,
Go on.
That tracks. Yeah,
they don't. And I've collected data. I would know.
This was a case study done by experts.
No, but she's good though. She's really good.
She's good.
She's great. She's fantastic.
And I love the misdirect of like you kind of for a moment think she's the main character, and between her and Marty, who is the main Marty? It's a little bit of both.
I think she's the main character.
Yeah, she's totally the main character.
Yeah, she's the
Marty's
main character.
actually what I would call more of the Deus Ex Machina character.
Oh yeah.
Which is why
nice.
which is why he saves her, and it's like he's like the curveball. He's the curveball guy.
I mean, they definitely try to paint her as the final girl, at least for a while before we get the twist.
Well, and I tell you what, man, I am so happy because I was worried watching this that it would turn into the whole, well, she has to be a virgin. And then he's like, well, I'll have sex with you. And then they have sex, though. She's not a virgin anymore. And I'm glad they didn't
This
go that
isn't the
path.
porn
That's
version.
the other movie.
That's the other movie.
Yeah.
You got to check her IBDSM page for that one.
Mikey B, that's hilarious.
Well, how
I just
about
put a note in my phone.
how about when we get to the third act? And Ethan already brought it up. It's kind of cool how it shows like the devices of bringing in like the pheromones and setting the lighting and doing this stuff. Like they're manipulating stuff as stuff's going on, and that's kind of cool. And I like the idea that they have to appease this godlike Cthulhu creature or whatever it is, and that blood sacrifice is the only thing that'll provide that. And they really go out of their way. I like when Marty says at the end, he's like, it's pretty easy to kill somebody and sacrifice them. Why don't they just do that? But it's the entertainment thing. It's the monster wants to be entertained. It wants to watch the movie. It wants to see the trope.
suffering.
So does that mean it's just one big metaphor for the monsters really the horror fans all along?
I think so. I think you're right.
Shit.
You're all a bunch of bastards for enjoying
Jay, jump in
shit.
here. Jay, you're the smart one. Jump in here.
I thought that was pretty much implied.
It's okay, Jay. I knew you wanted to say it out loud. I got you.
What are you talking about? What did I say? You guys are crazy.
I like how Ethan has this completely cool thought, and then like he opens the door, and there's just Jason inside. Oh, take him long enough.
Yeah. I mean, guys, that's what I thought when I first saw it. Didn't you all think that? I tell you, I had one issue with this movie. I only had one issue with this movie, and Duck, you brought it up. You said Cthulhu, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's how the monster feels to me, and that's what I wanted at the end. I didn't want some weird CGI giant hand coming up to high five.
I wanted tentacles. I wanted it coming down. I want my squid
some
creature.
eldritch shit.
Yeah, I wanted that shit. I didn't want a high five in my face.
I think that proves Ethan's point even more. So,
Jesus!
Jay, the king of cool.
Tentacles would have added an extra $10 million to the budgets.
Okay. I want to say this. I usually say movies like I don't know how they could have been so cheap. I don't know where you get $30 million in this movie.
Oh,
I don't know.
The third act, good sir, with all the monster stuff, and even on top of that, Guess who did the
I
monster
don't know.
effects in this?
I've seen. Hold on. I'll rebuttal. I've seen plenty of seasons of Buffy, and those effects were. There's no way they got 30 million out of those.
Okay,
I mean,
okay.
they're good.
You know where $20 million dollars of that budget went? Sigourney Weaver. 5 minutes.
100%.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
She charges 20 mil to appear in a business suit for sure.
Yeah,
Like,
and
100%.
OnlyFans.
I forgot she was in
appears
this.
Business suits. That's all she appears in.
Yeah.
I forgot she was in this. Was anyone else shocked whenever she just shows up and she's like, "Listen, this is
Well,
what's
it
going
was her
on."
voice.
Well,
so
no, because
no.
we saw it before.
I
so-
heard they tried to get Bruce Campbell for it first.
Oh, interesting.
Is
That
that
would have been
true?
that would have been fucking awesome.
I heard that they had reached out to several horror legends. Like I had read Robert Englund was on the list as well.
Dude.
I think Sigourney Weaver works though. I think that she brings like that monologue moment.
But
I think so.
I mean,
too,
if
but
we're
they could have saved a bunch of money with Freddy Krueger.
yeah,
Absolutely.
honestly though,
19.8 million.
if we're doing the horror tropes, shouldn't have been Jamie Lee Curtis.
Absolutely.
Oh,
yeah.
that may have
would've
been the
been-
one. the
And you
one
said that
person
as a
could've-
fan of Alien too.
Well,
Yeah.
if it's a
Well, I mean,
cabin, if
Alien's
it's
a
cabin in
sci-fi
the
horror
woods-
hybrid.
I'm kind of glad they didn't go with Jamie Lee because I really didn't want to hear about her BMs and her fucking probiotic yogurt and her fucking monologue.
Hey man, her yogurt keeps me regular, bro.
Don't disrespect that
There's
yogurt.
so much
Come
on
on.
toilet paper.
And dude, her BMs are one of the things in those boxes that come out if you get the right drawing.
Go ahead, Jay. What were you gonna say?
No, I mean, dude, that would have been great to have Jamie Lee Curtis. I'm team Jamie Lee. She's great.
I think that would have been better just because she is like the original Scream
Queen.
and I think that would have really leaned hard into
Oh.
the whole horror meta thing.
And it takes a lot.
Sigourney Weaver's good.
It takes a lot for David Jessup to ever make Alien second best at anything. So
Yeah.
that's
Well, I mean, and the reason why I say that is because I've never viewed Alien as a horror film. I've always viewed it as a sci-fi film that takes place with a monster on board. So I that's why I mean this is a horror movie with horror tropes. I think it needed a horror scream queen at the end. But
man.
Is
I'm-
this
I'm
really
totally
a horror
fine.
movie? I honestly would say that this has every much as a contention as a comedy. I think it's 50-50 down the line.
It's a horror
Absolutely.
slash comedy, Miles.
Yeah, that's my
It's
point.
comedy.
That's literally my point. Is that it's like they nailed the divide perfect. Like it's not a horror film. It's not a comedy film. It's 50-50. Like
They definitely took inspiration from Evil Dead in that sense, especially because, you know, when Chris Hemsworth character is like, I'm gonna save us all, I'll be back, guys.
Yeah, dude.
I was dying
I
that
laughed
whole
out
time.
loud, dude. I remember in the theater, it was one of those moments where like everybody else went like, and I went.
Dude,
have you got?
Before, But I was going to say before we get too far from the Jamie Lee thing, I think Jamie Lee would have killed it just a little more. Sigourney lost a lot of points for me in Avatar, so I mean, just
Oh, you don't like
unobtainable.
you
to
don't
get
like
back.
Blue
No,
Cat
thank you.
Sigourney Weaver?
Finally, someone said it.
No, good sir. Blue Cat Sigourney Weaver is sexy. Come on.
Yeah,
The
she
bee-
is.
the
Well,
bee
guess
and
what,
Mikey B
Dusty?
says are brave.
You got 4 more movies coming up that no one asked for.
I'm down.
Wait, there's 4 more of.
Yes, there are 4 Avatar movies
And like
coming
he said,
out.
I didn't even
nobody's
want the
fucking asking
first.
for 'em.
I'm good.
3
Have
of
you
them
got-
will be exclusive to Disney World's Avatar.
Just
Have you
My
guys
whole problem-
ever? Yes.
oh, go
Mikey.
ahead, go ahead.
No. Go ahead, sir. You go. You
I
go
was
first.
just gonna say my whole problem with Avatar is just that, and I know it's not that whatever, but it's unobtainium. You had 20 years to fucking film the thing, and all you could think of was unobtainium, not
So bad.
vitamin
bad.
C, mineral X.
You know
Pretty
when that
fucking
movie
whack.
came out, somebody was like, "Oh shit, we never changed that."
Yeah.
Go ahead, David.
Yeah, I'm really
I was
sure
gonna say-
James Cameron was worried about it while he was cashing his $800 million. Yeah.
That motherfucker just writes checks. He prints.
Somebody's
money.
like, he's signing Terminator sequel contracts, just like, yeah, whatever, do whatever you want with Arnold.
Yeah.
That's fine. Just give me some money.
Have fun. David, what were you gonna say?
Have you guys ever watched the? They have YouTube videos out where they splice together just the horror scenes of Cabin in the Woods, and it's
No.
actually a really, really good horror movie if you just watch those scenes together.
Nice.
Where can
Sounds
you
cool.
find that? Because I actually want to check that out.
It's this thing called it's www.youtube.com, and you search Cabin in the Woods horror movie scenes only.
Question: does it keep those titties?
It's YouTube. Oh, I'm sorry. HTML slash.
No,
I really do like. I like that scene where all the guys are kind of sitting around waiting for the titties, and they're like, "Fucking animals, get out of here!" And they're like, "Come on, baby, show us the goods."
I like how he goes, just come on, show us some booby.
I am confused about something. And I've seen this movie like 5 times. The African American like security guard that shows up. That's like his first day, right?
Yeah,
right.
Like, well, I never understood his like job because he's just kind of like hanging out and watching. Was it just like kind of like, what do you call it when you take?
He's a sounding.
He was undercover. He was on the cover.
Yeah, he was the moral compass until the very end.
Yeah, he's a sounding board. He's a moral compass, like Greg said. He's just there for exposition.
I think he was just supposed to be security if shit did pop off, like shit did pop off.
Yeah.
He died instantly and didn't do his job at all.
But he popped off.
But he can die knowing that he wasn't going to bet on monster killing. So,
Go morals. And he was really happy he didn't bet on Merman.
Fucking Merman, right?
That might be the most satisfying moment in the movie.
Plus,
is the death of the merman.
They had to have one identifiable black man in the movie since we couldn't tell about the other one. So, put him in there.
How about Merman though? I'm telling you that's you're sold on that because he's like, I've always wanted to see. I'll never see a merman. He had the conch in his hands, and then whenever he shows up, he's like, oh come on. And I think that might be a lot of people's favorite part of the movie. And like when he comes out of the fog and stuff like that.
Yeah.
My favorite part, the one that made my horror dick hard, is when they're when they're seeing all the boxes and you're seeing all the different horror movies.
Yeah,
that to me
that was very 13 Ghosts. I like that.
Very cool.
On that part,
I got
like, see the other monsters.
Yeah,
and there was one that's just a machine with saws for legs.
Yeah, I remember that.
That was to me that was an homage to Chopping Mall.
Yep, you're right. Chopping Mall
for sure.
Yep.
That and the
which,
moment
by the way,
like,
uses lasers. Chopping Mall uses lasers. By the way,
yeah, that's a
They
lame.
couldn't get the rights to the lasers.
But that box sequence has to be like one of the most pause movies or pause moments in movie history. Like that, and like when the chick
when Jamie Lee Curtis shows her
High
tits and
comes out. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Same joke, different punchline.
Yeah.
Who is y'all's favorite? Who's y'all's favorite?
I'm with Jay.
The little girl that has the mouth for the head.
The ballerina.
That was so cool.
That's David's. Okay, who's next?
Yep.
I like the arachnid. I don't know why, but spiders just scare the shit out of me.
And you love joking about them.
Yeah, I
know, save it for the stage, bro.
Or don't save it, you know. Or
not. They never work. My spider jokes never work.
But you'll die. You'll die on Spider Hill.
You know what they say? Hey, Ducky, you got to learn to kill your babies, or if you're a spider, thousands of your babies.
Hey, one day, Duck, your spider jokes will have some legs.
Oh, bravo!
I love it. Thank you, Jay. Jay, thank you for that. Thank
bravo. All right, Greg, how about you? Who was your favorite of the monsters, Greg?
Yeah, I gotta say the unicorn for me. I mean, everybody thinks he's a majestic, wonderful creature, you know, and you're gonna touch him and pet him, and he just charges you and gouges you to death. It's wonderful. Blood is spraying everywhere. It's fantastic.
So it's clear Greg is definitely a legend fan.
I was gonna say that was legend. Ethan, how about you? Who was your favorite monster?
Honestly, I like the dude that had all the saw blades sticking out of his head. That whole scene where she is screaming at him. Yeah, the Hellraiser looking dude.
I call him knockoff Hellraiser. He's Heckraiser.
Heckraiser.
That's a movie. That's a movie at Redbox somewhere. There's a movie. There's a movie company that does that. That does all the ripoff movies. Legendary.
Mockbusters.
Yeah.
What is it called? Anchor Bay or something like that?
Yeah.
It's called Full Moon Entertainment.
Yeah. Oh, I missed Full Moon.
It's Transformers. It's Transformers.
Transmorphers.
Yeah, Transmorphers.
Yeah, snakes on a train.
Yeah. So what's so great is the reason why they make money is that Americans are so fucking stupid. People rent those movies thinking they're getting their real movie.
Yep. 100%.
Hey, Mom, I got Transformers on Redbox.
You didn't have to say the last part. Americans are just fucking stupid.
Yeah, you're good. Good point. Good point. USA, USA. Remember 9/11.
Miles, who was your favorite monster from the?
Dude,
the
I was
box?
literally gonna say the dude that was as close as legally possible to Pinhead, and Ethan beat me to the punch. So yeah, that scene was fantastic, and then also the mermaid. Those two would probably be up there. I think Jessup said it earlier though. Like honestly, I think just like the most fun thing is to like go through, and it's almost like one of those like things people share on Facebook where it's like tag one thing you recognize and share it along. It's like there's so many references in there. I had read that there was originally a character named Jerry who was just a dude that was like really friendly and would like kill you like a serial killer.
Mikey B.
One of the characters was just a salesman.
Yeah.
Mikey, how about you? Who was your monster?
Man, all of them were pretty scary to me. The spiders always freaked me out. That giant spider. And I thought, am I the only one that thought like when they showed all those monsters, I was like, man, they're lucky that's who they chose. I think that's the only like the fighting chance they had.
Oh, for sure.
Maybe regular zombies would have been better than murder family zombies, but other than that, yeah, there wasn't much that was better.
It's hard to pick a favorite. I kind of wanted to see more from the ghost thing.
Yeah,
the ghost
Wraith that got loose, of course.
Of course, I like the smoke, the one that was all smoke. That was my favorite.
Yeah, dude. I would say you're right though that the family, whatever the name of the family was, they were weak sauce monsters. Like they got taken out.
They could have picked something a lot more interesting from that vault they clearly had.
Yeah,
they got beat up by a bomb, dude. Like that's like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love bombs, but they're not like the most durable weapon.
I kept wondering how the guy kept opening the bear trap because they never showed that part. And also, I thought Saliva was on the movie when he came out. The band Saliva. Okay, that's good. Anyway,
and they
Mikey,
say that
Mikey, you were doing so good. You were doing so good, Mikey.
Boom! Here comes the boom.
Yeah.
That's what the B in Mikey B stands for.
That's POD, isn't it?
Where'd Hobby go?
Fuck. Same band, right? But one's Christian, I think. I don't know.
Oh, what Youth of a Nation and stuff like that. Jay, how about you? What was your favorite monster?
I like the let's say. I think I like the Killbot. Yeah, I like the Killbot the best because like I wouldn't have said that the first time I saw this movie, but after seeing Chopping Mall for the first time, I was like, that was a fun thing. And that I'll put it this way, man, that robot did some damage. He got some MVP kills going on. So
yeah. Killbot comes out and he's like, he's doing his thing, dude.
He ain't fucking around.
I clipped it. I love that scene. Like Miles was saying earlier, when you see the boxes, that's the horror fan screensaver, you know what I mean? Yeah. Or background at least, you know, but also when the elevator doors open and all the demonic creatures rush out and just start, you know, that's money in the bank right there. It's fucking amazing.
But by the way, moment that in the right theater, people were definitely like
cheering. Oh yeah. But how great was it? It was so funny that they had a red button that was there that you could push, release all the monsters. It was kind of like someone was like, okay, we're building everything. What do we need? Man, we need a red button that will release every single monster and kill everyone. Why?
When would you ever use that?
Yeah, just because. For funsies. You always got to have a red button for funsies. I did want to say, I thought one of my favorite scenes of this movie is when they're in the basement and they're all looking at the different little trinkets that will trigger
your destiny.
Yeah, that was so cool.
That was very cool. And
it was like almost like a race. Like you weren't sure. You knew something was about to go down, but there's like 6 different things that could have easily been the trigger.
The conch in his hand.
The conch
right here in his hand.
He had the conch. Like he
what was the little ball? The Hellraiser ball?
Yeah, the Hellraiser ball.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm gonna try to buy that on eBay. See, I bet someone on Etsy's made it.
Hey, have any of y'all ever seen Friday the 13th, the series, the TV series?
Yeah.
So to me, I felt like that part where they're looking at all the different trinkets. I felt that felt like an homage to that show because in that show, it's a store full of cursed objects.
Yep.
Yeah.
And every cursed object will give you something, but it also takes something. There's a lot of cool rules with it. It was a show definitely ahead of its time, and it definitely kind of reminded me a lot of that scene. Just a observation. That's all.
By the way, guys, the name of the guy who's the Hellraiser ripoff or the Pinhead ripoff, his name is Fornicus, Lord of Bondage and Pain, Fornicus.
I like.
You get that on Mikey's IBDSM?
Wonderful.
Fornicus. I love it.
Fornicus.
It kind of sounds like a redneck name.
Yep.
Fornicus.
Come on, Fornicus.
Come
Quit talking to
Fornicus.
Cletus.
Well, guys, I mean, we pretty much talked about everything in the movie. Is there anything else you guys want to touch on? Any specifics?
I want to
in the movie?
say I didn't chime in earlier, but I agreed. I wish there was like a Cthulhu type character instead of just a high five, just a giant. I think they could easily make another one of these movies and say it was the year before, or show us 1998, because he says a line in the movie where we haven't had a breakdown since '98. I'd love to see that.
Ooh,
Oh,
maybe,
that's a cool idea.
Yep.
For a
maybe
prequel.
even
Fuck
pick
yeah.
up next year and say, yeah, we figured it out, and then they just do another Cabin in the Woods.
Yeah.
My perfect world was would be after watching the Black Mirror episode Bandersnatch. I would love that treatment to this movie.
Where you
And then
choose
you
your own
could-
adventure.
You choose your own adventure. You and your choices create a new monster and new choices.
That'd be so much fun.
I think that you could make a fuck ton of money with that.
Jay,
let's
as a
write it.
wrestling fan, you might be excited to know that WWE is releasing a Undertaker
Yes.
haunted house
Yes.
adventure with a New Day.
Yes,
It's
they
exactly
are,
that
and I will be
style.
there day one.
Yeah.
Day one,
Jay.
Oos.
Well, I mean,
let's get
Jay
together
with
and write that script though. That's an excellent idea. I would love to see that.
well
I
with
mean-
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jay.
No, go nuts.
I was gonna say with augmented reality and my fucking this fucking thing right here, man. You could probably do something for the Oculus, and it would be so fucking amazing.
And Mikey, what were you gonna say?
Just that. Just let's eat some edibles and write a movie script.
Hell yeah, I'm down with that. Dude, we're always talking about it. We figured it out. The way to write a horror screenplay is 3 characters, 1 location. That's how you get it done. Go ahead, Jay.
Evan, I just said, Mikey, I will never have edibles with you.
Dude, I'm
All right, guys.
immature enough to bring up real quick. Sorry, but I read a fun fact about this movie. The kill count for this film. Anyone want to take a stab at it?
2.
200.
69.
Oh,
69. Fuck yeah.
You know that was intentional. Come on.
Yes.
100%.
That's awesome. I
Nice.
do. I love the mayhem. I love that third act is just so great. The way it takes the movie, because it does. It feels like parallel movies up until that point. You're like, what the fuck is going on? And like they give you little scraps here and there and bits and pieces. But
They
that
got a
third act
spoon
just
feature.
blends it. Yeah, and I
Because we're
think it's
stupid
perfect.
Americans. They spoon feed it to us because we're dumb.
Yeah,
We all
I
dye
appreciate
our
it.
hair blonde, so you know we got to have it in little bits.
Man, you
And
know,
we'll
y'all.
cover up a racist tattoo on our neck with love.
January 6th, never forget.
Ask
Go ahead,
them what
Ethan.
that headband really covers.
All right, I'll see
Man,
some of
y'all-
you at the meeting tomorrow.
Yeah, I
Ethan,
saw the
go-
newsletter. Bring cookies.
I forget who it was that mentioned that Bruce Campbell was potentially up for being that scene at the end of the movie, but y'all got me thinking about it now. I wish in that third act, just out of nowhere, Ash shows up, chainsaw and all. Just
Oh,
what the
yes.
fuck? Oh, I would have loved that.
And then
I-
immediately portals
I
out.
need it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I love
like
Bruce Campbell. I watched Burn
Fuck
Notice
this
since
shit.
Bruce Campbell's on it, and it's terrible. I hate the show, but Bruce Campbell's there, so I watch it.
Yep.
I
That's
tell
the
you
power
what,
of
I tell you what,
Bruce
guys. Jay had mentioned Creep Show. They have an Evil Dead episode on Creep Show, and it is fucking amazing.
Oh, cool.
They have an Evil Dead episode on Creepshow.
It's all about the Necronomicon. It doesn't have Ash or anything like that, but it does have Ted Raimi.
Yeah.
Well, we will say this is the end of the Cabin in the Woods era for us. We went through all the Evil Dead,
And thank God we didn't watch Eli Roth's piece of shit movie he had about a cabin in the woods.
Oh my God, man!
It's an awful.
Cabin Fever.
I saw
Oh,
that
so
in the
fucking
theater,
bad.
and I still want my hour and a half back.
Dude, so fun. You know, Jay, you talk about you were talking about overrated directors. I think he's right up
He
there.
in that thread I posted, he got a lot of, I guess you could call it love. But
Yeah, James Wan was probably first, right?
No, I think Eli got more. No,
Oh, Eli.
But here's what I think about James Wan. I don't think James Wan's that overrated. I think he's oversaturated.
Oh, okay.
Working.
I think
nice.
what I thought Insidious was awesome. I thought Conjuring was awesome. You asked me and Duck heard from someone that said that Saw was one of the greatest horror movies ever made. That's debatable.
Hot
But
take.
I think he is perfectly rated. Or do you think he is oversaturated? That's
Have you watched Malignant yet?
Me, funny you should mention that. Next Wednesday night. Actually, you know what, Dave, we're gonna have to reschedule that because I got David Tell next Wednesday. But we'll figure it out.
Well, what do you? Hey, Jay, what are you doing tomorrow night?
I'm working Michael Loftus.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I apologize in advance.
I can probably do. But anyway, we'll talk about it later.
I watched Malignant right before I watched Cabin in the Woods again to freshen up, and I thought it was I liked it, and I also thought it was hilarious.
Same.
Okay.
And it's not anything like his other movies, even though they tried to advertise it as such. But it's fun and it's good.
I'm excited, man. It's getting pretty good reviews, so I'm
You haven't
excited.
seen it yet?
A little
Haven't seen it yet,
polarizing,
yeah.
I'm told.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
sure there's
Cabin in the Woods.
people that absolutely hate it. But on that note, I absolutely love Cabin Fever because I mean, how can you not like hillbilly banjo karate? I'm sorry. You're wrong.
Okay, well you have that 5 minutes, and then what?
Everything else. I'll tell you. I'll tell you how I
Sean telling me how the boy meets the world and whatnot.
Hey,
Miles.
Ryder Strong rules, and I feel bad for him in this movie.
Miles, I can tell you how I don't like it because Eli Roth directed it. That's how it's so easy not to like that.
Ooh. Hostel's good. That's all I'm gonna say. All right, guys. Anything else about Cabin in the Woods? Anything else
What's this
about
movie?
Cabin in the Woods?
Okay.
Anything else? Anything
I
else?
just want to
Anyway.
say thanks for having me on. I had a lot of fun with y'all. And anytime.
Oh, we're not done, buddy.
Yeah, you can't leave yet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We stay on for another 2 hours.
Are you sure you can't leave? Because I was really kind of thinking that was the end of that.
No.
Come over to my house and not have that.
Yes.
Well, you can leave if you want. That's fine. But we do have clips still, so we were gonna get the clips if you want.
And you did pick this movie, Mikey. So no
Yeah,
pressure to
No, I'm
stick
not
around and
going
watch.
anywhere.
Yeah, what the
All right.
fuck are you
No,
going?
well,
You got an
dude.
open mic to crush? What the fuck? Stay here.
Yeah, dude. We do appreciate you being on. Hey everyone, it's just Duck jumping in here real quick to say thank you so much for checking out the podcast today. If you're enjoying it, head over to your favorite podcast app, Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean, or iTunes, and give We Are Podcast Network a like. And just so you know, the next section of the podcast will be clips from the movie, so you can find replays of the live video stream at twitch.tv/We Are Podcast Network and youtube.com/We Are Podcast Network. Once again, all links can be found in the description. Come check out our live stream every Monday at 8 p.m. And for a full list of future films, check out our social media. You can find us at Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at /We Are Podcast. And with that, back to the Horrorcast. Let's go to clips. Boom, baby. All right, next. Did everyone see this bad boy? All right,
Yes,
boring
sir.
day at the job.
Pool this year, big money.
I'm just saying it's a key scenario.
No, I hear what you're saying. In '98, it was the chem department's fault, right? Where do you work again? Wait, it's coming back to me now.
I love these two, man. They fucking rule.
But I love that setup that it's just another day of job and they're busting balls. and
Oh,
having
where
a
do you
good
work
time.
again? Oh, yeah, you work in the
Yeah.
department that ruined it, 98. Okay, bye.
Out of this bitch.
And keep in mind, Eric drinks his own pee.
He does drink his own pee. Dude, that scene where he's cooking and he catches on fire and Billy's just laughing at him, that shit kills me too.
Yeah.
I love that movie. Smart Jock.
You should read this. Gorofsky.
Not
This is
believable.
way more interesting. Also, Bennett doesn't know it by heart, so he'll think you're insightful. And you have no pants.
No pants.
Oh.
When I saw this movie again last night and it played that part, I could only think like I don't believe this shit. He can't read. That dude can't read. There's no way. He's not reading.
He's too attractive. When you're that hot, your brain has no reading ability. It's all spent on looking attractive.
Well, how do you explain?
Oh,
How do you
that sounds
explain?
right.
How do you explain the original hot blonde Dolph Lundgren?
Who has an
He's an
IQ of like
anomaly.
270, mind you.
Yeah, but he's
Because-
not an American.
Yeah.
So
Duh.
Neither
Chris
is
Hemsworth. Fuck.
yeah.
I am an American. I apologize.
I am an
Zach, where did this go?
American.
That was fast.
I hate myself.
He's already
Let's
evolved
continue.
past reading. He doesn't need to read. He's attractive.
This is true. Stoner.
You're not
All right.
bringing that thing in the Rambler.
What? A giant bomb in your father's van? What are you, stoned?
He does a killer Shaggy. That is totally Shaggy. It's not on the nose. It's not like Zoinks, you know. It's just a really good Shaggy.
It's a realistic Shaggy, is what it is.
Dude, he's apparently like nothing like his character at all. He had to spend like time training on how to like roll joints and use a bong, and like he's actually ripped.
Had to watch
they had to like put him on like
Scooby-Doo.
On like baggy clothing and shit, so like people wouldn't like it would otherwise take away his from his character. That's why he doesn't swim at the scene where they all go swimming.
Oh, funny.
Right, because he's.
It sounds like Miles got really into that guy's body.
Yeah. What you guys know?
Maybe if I'm lucky, one day I'll get into that body.
But he has a thing where he's not gay, but he likes to have sex with men. It's really weird. I don't know
Don't
what.
be so judgmental. It's 2021.
It's like it's a game of gay chicken where we try to see who's gay. I lose sometimes, I win sometimes.
It's not gay if we have straight porn on while we're fucking. Okay? It's just not. Those are just rules.
Shout out to my friend Stanko, who has the joke, I'm not gay, just the inside of my butthole is.
Oh!
I like the part right before that where he says, classically, you know, the cops won't pull over a man with a giant bong in his car because they're scared of that man.
Mikey lives that philosophy every single day.
All right, I can't let whore stand on the screen any longer. Whore!
Canceled.
You know damn well which whore.
Would that have been with the blue and some in gray? Brother perhaps fighting against brother in that war?
Sassing me, boy.
You were rude to my
You sassing me. I'm using that now.
What'd you say?
I think we got enough gas. You got enough to get you there. Getting back. That's your concern.
Boom.
No, but seriously, you do buy gas with the intent of getting back, so that's just a stupid fucking line. Like,
It's the harbinger, man.
Hey, Miles, you sassing me? Oh, I love the way that feels. Feels so good. Oh, it's
her
so
acting
good.
was so bad they gave her scene to Marty. Did you notice that? It said whore. I thought he was saying after seeing whore on the screen, you know goddamn well which whore.
What the fuck?
Majestic American.
January 6th. Never
very
forget.
uneducated, though.
Never
Very
mind.
uneducated.
Hey, Jay, you're right. That I don't think that 30 million budget went to that eagle. I think that was not. That was a $20 eagle.
Well, they were octagons. If they had cut the budget, they would have had to go with like squares for the grid.
Yeah. Nobody wants to see a grid.
No one. Mirror. Oh, hello.
Oh boy.
Hello.
I feel like this is in Jessup's house right now.
Just be cool, man. Be cool. Fucking don't fucking tell people. Oh, man.
What a loser.
I like that she wore a beige bra to confuse us and think we're gonna see some boobs.
Yeah.
I don't think that was on accident at all.
Tease. Showtime.
Showbiz.
Showtime.
Somebody stop it.
No, this is not at my house
Thanks,
either.
everyone. We are live.
This is in the house behind your house, Jessica.
It's post time.
There's that money, baby.
Betting windows are closing.
Okay, who's still out?
Well, let's see. We got engineering, we got R&D, and we got electrical.
Did you see who they picked? They're practically giving their money away.
You should talk, Aquaman.
What do you mean?
It's a merman.
Never does.
He got hurt. He was pissed.
Party.
Nobody believed in the
The
merman.
board is locked. Oh, let's get this party started. Let's get this party
Did you really have to cut this scene from the last? Didn't this just like run right through?
What was that, Miles?
I'm sorry. Did you have to like cut this scene from the last? I feel like this is like the continuation of
Oh,
the last
absolutely.
scene.
You're right.
He kind of has a point.
You're right. You're right.
There's like, what, 4 seconds he chopped out there?
You're right.
You're saying you did a shitty job, though.
He's right.
Don't quote me on that, but yeah.
I love the little dancing.
Was every those little toys you would push on the bottom and they would dance like that? That's so fun.
Make out. Come on, this scene kind of. Anyone?
This
I
is
might
the
need
scene
to
Doc
take myself
rewound and
off
played a
camera for
couple
this
times.
one.
I totally did.
Who? Me?
Is wrong, baby.
If that was a real wolf at one point, that's gross and full of parasites.
I kind of wanted the wolf to just like open his mouth and take a big old chunk out of her face.
That's what you're expecting, right?
That's what I
remember
wanted.
When I first watched the
Like,
movie, that's 100%
please.
what I thought was going to happen.
Put me out of my misery. Just
I
kill
wanted
her
that
then.
scene. I wanted the scene from The Thing when the wolf starts exploding out.
Oh,
yes.
Dope. Yeah.
This is how we got the canine variant.
Ugh.
Anyone else feeling uncomfortable?
Yeah, my dick's not hard at all. So you guys know.
It's just like every party I went to in high school. So I'm used to it.
Jessup, here's your scene. This looks like
Love
the
it.
back of your room.
Pick your instrument of doom.
This is my art studio right now.
That's right.
This is David Jessup's closet.
Yep.
He's not in
Actually,
his
it's
typical
called
spot.
my guest room. That's why I never have people come over.
Well, they come over, they just never leave.
Yeah, they never leave. They just never leave.
They want to.
I want that. That's cool.
It is pretty badass. Hilarious. That's all I'm going to say is hilarious.
Eat us.
And there's something in Latin.
Okay, I'm drawing a line in the fucking sand here. Do not read the Latin.
Read it. I love that.
Dolor.
Who said that? Stop being a fucking
Most of the
baby.
people that make sense in my life are also stoned.
It
So that
doesn't
tracks.
even mean it.
Merman.
Merman.
Yes.
Yeah, my bad.
Oh man, I'm sorry.
He had the conch in his
I know,
hands.
in a couple more minutes.
I am never going to see a merman. Ever.
Dude, be thankful. Those things are terrifying. The cleanup on them is a nightmare.
Yep.
They don't move very fast.
So the entire plot of the movie hinges on this one little stone diatribe.
You seriously believe nothing weird is going on?
Conspiracy?
The way everybody's acting. Why is Jules suddenly a celebutard? And since when does Kurt pull this alpha male bullshit? I mean, he's a sociology major. He's on full academic scholarship, and now he's calling his friend an egghead?
Kurt's just drunk.
I've seen Kurt drunk. Jules, too.
Well, then maybe it's something else.
You're not seeing what you don't want to see. Puppeteers.
Puppeteer.
Puppeteers?
Pop-Tarts?
She is beautiful.
The lesson of the movie is marijuana is good for you, I think.
You guys want? I gotta let my dogs out.
All right, the goods. You're gonna miss the goods. I think I actually might get in trouble because I think I
Baby,
did.
come on.
We'll see.
Because
You might.
It wouldn't be the first time I've accidentally showed titties on this.
Except that Instagram is like Instagram's like a lot meaner about it.
Yeah, we'll see
Twitch
what
is
happens.
already mean. Instagram's gonna be even meaner, bro.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I can't remember. What
Oh, duck.
Hey,
Oh,
can
well.
anybody tell me how you report somebody on Instagram?
Okay, guys, that's it. Let's go. We got a job to do. Your basic human needs disgust me. Get out of here.
Get out of here. All
Your
right, we're
basic
safe.
human needs.
You fucking pigs.
The first time I saw it, they showed the boobs. I was so surprised and hard.
It's so much harder to figure out a mystery when you don't have enough blood up there.
First blood.
You're gonna pay for that.
This we offer in humility and fear. For the blessed
This
peace
creeped me out
of your
more than her
eternal
actual
slumber,
death.
as it ever
Oh,
was.
As it ever was.
That's fucking creepy.
them
That
just
long
being
kiss on
so
the
calm and mundane about it is just.
I thought it was great.
Yeah, I like the fact that the blood sacrifice isn't the blood of the person that they killed. It's like other blood. So who did they kill to get that blood? You know, what I
They're just
mean?
holding on to last year's
Where's
victims.
that blood come from?
Yeah,
98.
it's a
No.
paid for.
98. It was definitely. Oh, that's how they can make the sequel. We cleaned up all the blood and guts and shit from the last one bottled it all up. We're set for the next like 50 years. Let's do that.
The next sequel is just a bunch of giant hands high-fiving each other.
Took over the world, bro.
Should have cut that one a little bit closer. My bad. Clothesline.
Fucking run!
Yeah, I love it.
It's a creepy kid.
A little head.
Oh boy.
Boosh.
This was cool.
Good hands.
That looks so realistic. Like they killed it with that. I don't know what's going on.
Very good.
Dude, like you compare that to something even 10 years earlier, and it's night and day. Like, like the SFs, the special effects on this are just phenomenal.
I was gonna say the person who did the special effects was Heather Langenkamp from the original.
No way, that's crazy.
Yeah, Nightmare. Wait, what am I thinking? Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah,
and her husband, who is a special effects. And
oh,
if
so
you ever watch,
they do that on a New Nightmare.
No,
yeah,
that's
actually
real life.
play in her life. Yeah,
that's crazy. That's cool.
Yeah, because she's married to a special effects person, and they.
See, we're
they played
living in
off
a
that.
fucking simulation. I told you.
Jesus.
It's another meta film, dude. It just makes sense that they went meta with it. So.
I was gonna leave, but my mouse is blocked by some sort of weird barrier. I just can't get to it.
You can't go anywhere. You must stay for the clip. Camera.
Uh-oh. That's not good.
Like Zoink Scoop.
El Kabong.
Fuck yeah.
Had to get the fake out kill.
Yeah. How did he survive? I never got that.
You think they let him swing with the $5,000 version?
Yeah, he was swinging the real bong, and also I thought he was too smart to sit back against the window.
Yeah,
that was an idiot.
That's actually a really good point. Yeah.
How he survived, I'm not sure. I guess he kicked the shit out of that zombie.
Well, when he falls down in the grave the first time, all you see is like a spurt of blood come out.
Right.
And then there's no explanation at all of like what happened between him and the zombie he was
Actually,
fighting.
yeah, there is. It's called plot armor.
No, there is. To the where they get before they get to the elevator, he says, "I dismembered him with a trowel."
Yeah.
So
Okay, my bad.
It shows.
Pay attention, okay?
My
bad,
dude. You're right.
Wow. Oh, wow. Mikey is not fucking around.
That's what I love about this movie, about doing this podcast, is when we sit around and get all fucking serious about a goddamn. Well,
not dismantle my movie.
Well, if you guys would fucking pay attention, you would know the dialogue said he used
You know
a
what?
trowel. Jesus fucking Christ!
I got something for our resident cabin in the woods buff here. How the fuck were all those soldiers not prepared for the plethora of different monsters that they had? They had
Why did
fucking
they only
rifles.
send
That's
one
it.
guy to the elevator in the first scene if it was so important to kill him? Like,
Here's the thing, Ethan. The reason why is no one expected the red button to be pushed.
Yeah,
you're right. You're right.
Even the reason why is because they wrote that part on Wednesday, and 9 of the writers are out on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's
That's
some
also why
truth to
they
that.
had one guy securing the whole security of the facility and mankind from all these monsters. They had one guy in an office with a big red button from Staples.
All right, son.
Was it the easy button?
Don't hit this button. I know it's easy. It says it right in there in white print. Don't do
Which
it.
button? The giant red one. Why?
Not
Because it
that
would be
one.
the end of mankind. What will happen? Giant hands will high five you in the face for eternity.
I will say this though, the movie was written in 3 days, so you know.
Are you serious?
What? Yes, it was written in 3 days.
Holy shit, that's pretty impressive.
Just like Reservoir Dogs.
You know what that's called? That's called cocaine. That's how
Yes.
that fucking happened.
It's called a bender, baby. It's gonna want to write a script.
They bang that out.
Okay, you guys ready? You ever hear of a merman? Go!
Yeah, that's passion.
They wrote the whole script, but with a mermaid, and then they're like, "No, fuck that. Zombies are better."
Merman. Yeah.
Yeah, no, he saw Zoolander and he was like, merman.
Merman.
Yeah, I heard he wrote the whole movie around the merman.
All right, fuck you.
Fuck you.
Yay! Happy frog.
Hey, it's part of us.
You know, when it came to like this whole thing,
Go ahead.
Because they had like the promiscuous. Who was the promiscuous one in that class?
Who was what? Oh, the
tropes.
The tropes.
Cancel.
Yeah.
Cancel,
Obviously, it was Alyssa. You guys.
Did each country have their own set of tropes and own set of rules they had to go by?
I think it is.
I think so. Yeah, because that is like every single typical kind of Japanese horror movie in the 90s.
Well, like Sigourney Weaver says at the end, it's just about youth. It's not really about anything else. So that's what it is.
I can't also help but notice Duck cut the actual horror out of this scene and left the exorcism out. You okay, Duck?
Yeah. No.
You took like half the cool part of this scene away, bro.
Maybe if somebody didn't have a girlfriend, they could cut it for him. So shut the fuck up.
I haven't done this shit even since episode 1. Yeah. I run the stream, buddy. That's it.
Let's get to the fuck yous.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Can you imagine being the kid's parents and being like, "Oh, our daughter is going to be in a movie. We should go watch it," and having no idea that they're going to be on the screen with some old white guy screaming at them, "Fuck you."
There's usually rules on those sets that the parents have to be present when the kids are filming.
Well, that's the thing. They filmed that set separately. All the parents see is them holding a frog and being like, "Oh, we won," and then they go to the premiere and their kids with them, and they're like, "Here's the scene. This is where my daughter is." Just some old guy screaming at them.
They brought the minister of their church and the school principal.
I'm out. All right, you guys all missed the best part of that. The best part was David was slightly racist when he went, "Oh," and instead of going full force, Japanese accent, he cut back. He was like, "I know,"
because I was like this close to. I was this close to being Tony Hinchcliffe. Like I was so close. I was about to be opening for Tony Hinchcliffe really soon. Like he would have seen this cast and been like, "Man, he's kind of racist. Put him on my show." But I pulled back.
Mikey, what were you gonna say?
Oh, I was just saying, Miles, they didn't film it at the same time. They do it in post, you dumb dumb.
American education. I don't understand what you don't understand about that.
All right, jump. You better jump. Might as well jump.
Where's your Bifrost now, Thor?
Damn it, Hobby.
Hanzo? Oh, too late.
Baby.
That's the fact that he tumbles.
It's so good.
Fucking great.
My next geometric tattoo. It's
I love the pep talk too. Right before that too, where he's like, "You've got to go all the way."
You know what it reminded me of? You guys ever see Deep Blue Sea? When
oh my God, Samuel L.
Jackson does his big speech, and then the shark is like, "Nope." It was kind of like that.
Yep. Stay calm.
Cakes, they need you calm. Okay, no matter what happens.
And hot.
This one got me.
This one got
I want to know how it got me.
That one got me bad.
Was that you just in the bathroom the whole time? Like, where was he hanging out?
He's like, you guys go ahead and kill them. I gotta take a shit real quick. But I'm gonna
sorry, guys. Shitter's full.
Thank God he ate ponchos before he went murdering.
Tequila.
Or what?
Ready?
But she's still alive.
How can the ritual be complete?
The virgin's death is optional as long as it's last. Main thing is that she, suffers. I'm actually rooting for this girl. She's got so much heart. You think of all the pain and the tequila is my lady.
Incredible.
So
awesome.
I love how we double take that to, like he saw it on Mirage out of Oasis.
That
So
was
good.
fucking awesome.
That's so good. Monsters. Let's go with them. Oh shit! That actually scared me. I knew it was coming too. That spider right there.
I think I would have been very okay if they would have cut the movie right there. I half expected
that would have been a good ending, actually.
I half expected that to happen.
Someone told me that the xenomorph is in here, but I've never been able to see it.
See if we can find it. That's a centipede. I don't know. I don't see it anywhere. So.
Yeah, I've never. I've
Probably like real
Where's
quick.
Waldo?
Is it down?
I think
here?
they did a good job with the giant snake and that spider. That clown was a creepy, scary.
Oh
fucking-
yeah.
got the Shining Twins. You got the Shining Twins over there.
Yeah.
Who are the people with the mask with the like I don't know, the chair?
The home invasion.
Mask and shit.
Kind of
The
like
home
Purge.
invasion. Yeah, the
The
Purge.
strangers, right?
The Strangers.
Purge?
That's what it
Yeah.
was.
Okay, yeah, because Purge came out after this, so
Yeah,
Yeah.
Strangers.
Okay.
Yeah, but this is. I mean, that is cool. That is cool. Oh shit!
I
This
expected
is
that
awesome,
giant
too.
cat to turn into a vampire.
So good.
What the? Oh, what the fuck was that tree? The tree from Poltergeist.
Oh, I think
or
there's
the tree
actually-
from Evil Dead.
Evil Dead, yeah. I
Yeah.
think it's actually credited, or like they have it listed as like on the whiteboard as like the evil rape tree.
Ah,
Oh,
are you serious?
shit.
Oh god.
That is awesome.
Well, you know what? It could also be an homage to that movie, The Guardian, which is a relatively forgotten. It's probably one of the only movies that.
Oh, where it's like the pit in the backyard or whatever. Is
Well, it's
that
a
the one?
tree. It's a tree.
That's
That's
William
right, yeah.
William Friedkin directed that, right, Jay?
Yeah. It's a.
Yep, I remember that.
It's a fun one. Yeah, continue.
Go on with your clips. Have fun. Love it though. Pure mayhem is happening here. Turn that down a little bit. Slam. Oh, the snake comes down.
So good.
There,
Oh,
the
yeah,
main
there it
coming
is.
down.
So this
Yeah,
guy,
Mikey.
his face is. I kept pausing to catch this guy.
Oh yeah, look at
Many
that
times,
face.
and his
Badass.
face is like upside down.
Yeah.
Other
His
than that,
face
he's
is upside
very agile.
Yeah.
Yep.
What do y'all think that's from?
Exorcist has got to be right.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's gotta be.
Yeah,
It's
Exorcist.
got to be playing Exorcist. I like this too.
This is gun
Hey, John.
violence in America. That's it.
Merman.
That's just my plans after this podcast.
If you do this, Miles, I'll feel so bad.
I would say me too, but we both know that's not true.
Oh God! If you need help, you need a.
Yeah, don't ask us.
Yeah.
This is cool. I fucking love this part.
Blood geyser. The ritual itself. This one's a little bit long. Just want to get my
Ritual
score
de la
on the
habitual.
Why didn't you just cut it into two connected parts?
You're right. I
What a
With the
dick.
jokes. With the jokes.
That's it, Miles. You're coming back next week. Sorry.
I really like
Ain't
the
no berry.
simplicity of all the little like stone tablets and stuff. I don't know, something about that just helps sell the trope is a ritual. That
Well,
kind of helps sell it. for me.
Also, what was really cool is that computer room. I like the wood panels that had the little levers. That was
Yeah,
really
and
cool.
then actually like lift the panel to
Yeah.
pull the lever. Yeah.
That was really
It
cool.
was classy, very classy.
They take their ritual seriously. I like that. I like that a lot.
I like a
Still
good
very
classy
narrow.
ritual.
Required youth. There must be at least 5.
You.
The whore,
Two what?
she's corrupted. She dies
The
first.
whore.
Who
The athlete,
so strong,
the scholar,
so handsome.
the fool,
The Puerto Rican.
all souls
Hey.
die. Whatever horror they have
Who said the
raised,
Puerto Rican?
Who was it? You're gonna get in trouble with Hobbs.
leaving the last
Do what?
to live.
Who said the Puerto Rican? Who said the goddamn Puerto Rican?
Somebody better fess up.
That wasn't me, man. I own my
No idea.
racism.
It was me.
I like that.
I like the
virgin.
look. She's like virgin. I've had anal
Virgin.
before. I'm
I
not.
tattoo it underneath my hair.
She's
so you know
Catholic,
what to
dude.
mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, Catholic, 100%.
Virgin, we work with what we
That's
have.
right.
We work with what we have.
And it's
love
the
that.
end of everything.
Giant evil gods.
High
Very nice.
five. Very nice.
I wish I could see.
Sexy time.
I know. That would have been a fun weekend.
Here we go for the high fives.
High five.
High five. Very nice.
I fucking hated that. It was so. I mean, tentacles.
Slap hands, guys. Slap hands.
Somebody go back and re-edit the tentacles, please.
Yeah.
I want to see the Titan. I want to see what was down there. I want to see
Yeah.
It was just fucking a giant Borat.
Dude, what if the sequel is just the same movie but from the underground perspective?
I burned my hand.
Oh yeah, I would like to see the version of this movie from the Monsters, where they're in the boxes and they're talking to each other. Hey, who'd you guys kill last week, man?
It starts the day after the sacrifice, so you've got like 365 days to go.
Yes.
You're just sipping coffee, thinking about like, man, I don't know. I think I'm getting too old for this shit.
Listening to Creedence Clearwater. Just, oh no, man, back in the day.
Hey man, I'm a little worried about Merman. He just doesn't get any good kills. You know, really worried about him. Well, I think it's because when he kills somebody, the blood sprays everywhere. They just hate cleaning it up.
There's too much to clean up. It's annoying. We don't want to.
Yeah, we don't want to use.
We just need a killer that's a little more dry.
Yeah, and plus he's really sick. He wants to be called Mer Person. You know, he just really.
He doesn't like being stuck with labels.
No.
I get it.
He's a merson.
Okay, Mikey, that's it. You're coming back next week. I'm sorry. You're coming back today.
All right, guys, let's do recommendations. My first one, seeing this as this movie is very meta, I went for a little bit of satire with this. I think everyone will appreciate this choice. This is Dracula, Dead and Loving It. If you have never seen Dracula, Dead and Loving It, you are missing out. It is satire at its finest. They took
this is Mel Brooks at his finest.
Well, what was the year that Dracula came out? Jay, do you know the Francis
Nosferatu?
No, Francis Ford Coppola movie. I think it was like 92, 93, yeah. And this movie just basically parodies that version of it along with the original. And just look at this. How do you not want Leslie Nielsen in your life being Dracula?
Love it.
Come on.
Peter McNichol as Renfield.
Yeah, it's just a killer fucking fun movie. I prefer this. This is probably my second favorite version of Dracula next to the original version of it. Comedy galore, just hilarious. And it is Mel Brooks. Who said that?
Me.
Thank you, Hobbs. Thank you for pointing that out. I totally forgot. So
and also it's got that guy from Wings in it. So
yes,
it's good.
Yeah.
Steven Weber.
Get that Wings connection. You gotta love it. It's like Spider-Man 3. Next we've got oh shit, come on. Where'd it go?
Wow. Get it together.
The Final Girls. Yes, this movie.
Love Final Girls. Love Final Girls.
Talking about meta, this movie is amazing. It is oh, she's so gorgeous. It is just totally meta, fun, hilarious. It's about a group of people who get sucked into the movie. The daughter
I love her.
of the movie.
She's so hot.
She kills it on fucking American Horror Story.
She's a Farmiga. She's actually
she's a Farmiga.
She's a little sister of the Elaine in the Conjuring movies.
Yeah,
if you've never seen more royalty at some point here.
Yeah, if you've never seen The Final Girls, you are missing out. It's much like Cabin in the Woods. If you've enjoyed this movie, you're going to love The Final Girl. It's just fun. And my favorite scene, of course, is Adderall.
Shit, that's
kills me.
Oh God, what's his name?
My favorite scene in this movie is when they have to step over the credits. When they're walking through, they're like, "What the fuck?" They have to walk over the credits.
They climb over them.
They climb over them.
All right, do you guys have any recommendations? Anything at all?
In this vein, I would go with Freaked. I
love Freaked.
As a kid, that movie scared the fuck out of me. It wasn't until I became a full-grown adult that I was like, you know what? Little me was a little bit of a bitch. I could totally handle this. Is actually a good fucking movie.
Me and Nathan watched that about a year ago. Remember you?
Keanu Reeves?
Oh yeah. Killer. Anyone else got any recommendations?
Yeah, I got a more recent one since he said Freaky, which is Vince Vaughn. And it's a new
great
take
movie.
on new take on Freaky Friday with the body swap. So, but it's instead of mom daughter, it's a high school girl and a serial killer.
Yeah.
And watching Vince Vaughn act as a high school girl is just comedy
so
gold.
Funny.
Yeah,
he fucking nails it, man.
And she does a great job too. Like they
being
both,
a killer.
They both, absolutely, it's a stellar new one that I really like.
That was pretty good. Jay, what were you gonna say?
I would just another new one, man. Check out the Fear Street trilogy, man. On Netflix.
Great, fuck yeah, awesome, loved it.
Lots of camp.
To be honest, I felt that one dropped off on the third act or the third.
The problem with the third act of that is you have these actors who are not trained in accents trying to do. My wife, who was an actress, she was like, "What the? Are they doing Irish accents for Americans from the 1600s?" And each actor their accents would drop out. And they'd be like, "Who off thou goeth here, man? Shit, this shit's fucked up."
What was worse, that one or Chris Hemsworth American?
Oh, Chris Hemsworth.
Well, listen,
American.
I'm sorry. If Chris, he can't do no wrong. I'm sorry. When you're that hot, I don't care how bad your accent is.
Yeah, I think he's gonna slip into the Liam Neeson category where we just go,
accept
okay,
it.
we just
Yeah.
accept it. That's gonna happen.
Anyone else? Sorry,
what
go
was the recommendation? What was the one where the girl kept on getting killed over and over again?
Happy
Long
birthday.
time.
Happy
Happy
Death
birthday.
Day.
Oh,
Happy
yeah,
Death Day.
really good. That was going to be my suggestion. Thanks, David.
You're welcome.
Mikey, you can take the sequel if you want.
I said both.
I would like to recommend Stealing Thunder by David Jessup. It's a pretty good one. Really new. Like it just came out 20 seconds ago.
I know this movie is kind of you, but I would throw in the same vein Malignant in there.
Okay.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Don't say anything. Don't
I'm not
ruin
going to
it.
say, but I'm just going to say I recommend
You
it.
just ruined it.
It's a good movie.
Spoiler alert.
It's a good movie.
You sound like a
That's
Jewish grandmother, Hobby. It's a good movie.
Oh, my little bubble. It's a good movie.
Calm down, Grandma. We're gonna try your soup. Just relax.
Javi, that's it.
Your skin and bones.
Javi, you're coming back next week. That's it.
I will-
I have a different recommendation. Y'all seen Green Room?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Not, but that's on my list, dude. Green Room.
Wait,
is totally
didn't
good.
Eli Roth direct that?
No.
No.
No. Okay.
No.
Tripping. My bad.
Yeah.
No, there's no movie that Eli Roth has directed that anyone has said, man, that's a good fucking movie.
Hostel. I will stick to it. That movie scared the shit out of me.
The Green
Hostel.
Inferno, maybe that's what I'm thinking.
Green
of.
Inferno, yeah, that was pretty rough.
Yeah.
Honestly, some of my favorite scary movies are the old Exorcist movies, the originals
Yeah.
from the 70s, like especially the second one when the priest is in the jail cell with him and he's switching back and forth between people. Oh, that gives me chills. My dad made me stay up as a kid and watch
Yeah,
this.
that's called
Isn't that
part
Exorcist
3.
3?
That's the
part
third
3,
one.
right?
The second one
That's
is
the third
complete
one.
dog shit.
Yeah.
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 The Heretic.
Mikey, forget it. You're not coming back next week. Forget it. You fucking fuck it all up.
Make up your mind, Jessup.
No, Mikey, you are coming back. All right, guys, let's tell them where we are on the internet. David, go ahead and start it out.
You can find me at Stop Motion Nightmares on Facebook, and on Instagram you can find me at Children of Dave. And this Wednesday I'll be performing with the amazing Ducky at the Addison Improv. Come on out. Show starts at 7. Laughs start at 7:01. Is it 7 or 8? What is it? 7 or 8?
8 o'clock it starts.
It'd be great if it
8
was
o'clock.
7. Executive decision.
I'll call some people.
Miles, how about you? Where can they find you on the internet?
I'm everywhere online at Mr. Most Days Off, and you can also check out my Simpsons podcast, The Best Darn Diddly Review Show.
Nice. Mikey B, where can they find you?
All right, first off, sorry, because I have a lot to say on this topic.
Go for it.
So you can find my podcast, the Open Mic Podcast, by searching the Open Mic Podcast, and it's Mike, like my name. It's a play on words. If you guys have heard of that.
For those uneducated, it's a play on words.
Those are just like you gaping. Gotcha. Open mic.
For all the Americans, learn how to spell. Facebook, Instagram. You can find my. Don't worry about my Facebook. I'm not going to give you my last name. Okay. Instagram at Mikey B the Comic. I'll be at Comedy Arena featuring 22nd, 23rd of this month. Whatever the 20s is a weekend this month, I'll be there. And then I'm headlining that club next month.
Congrats, buddy. That's awesome, dude.
Congrats, man.
Good job,
thanks,
buddy.
man. I appreciate it. I'm excited for it. And also, I'll be at the Arlington Improv on September 9th, I think.
Don't use the N-word.
3 days ago?
That was
Don't
5
use the
days
N-word.
ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, 20. Mikey B has a stack 2022 ahead of him.
Yeah.
So just be.
Hey, Mikey B, you have to bring your own stool if you're gonna hump it at the Arlington Improv. I'm just saying, those are the rules.
It's COVID. Of course, I'm going to bring my own stool.
I thought you were just supposed to use a condom on stage now.
I use a condom to hump the stool also, even though it's mine.
I I got my
Right.
time cut at the Arlington Improv because I had no stool humping material, and they're like, "I'm sorry, we can't. I'm sorry, we're gonna have to cut your time. We're
We
gonna have
know
to bring
what our
somebody
fans
else in."
want, and you're
yeah,
not
I'm sorry,
it.
you're not doing it. You're not doing it at all. And by the way, I just watched your set. You didn't have one. White people and black people are different jokes. Not one. Not one. Yeah, that's out. That's out. Where's Black Ron? Fly Black Ron in right now. We gotta cut his time.
I'm in violation. I'm sorry. I'm working on it. I got a month to prepare. And also, I got to go back in time to do that show I just missed on the night. So.
Well, guys, you can find us at wearepodcast.podbean.com. You can check out all the podcasts there. Also, Wappin Reviews. I release one of those pretty much every day on all of our social media. You can find us at /wearepodcast, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. If you're not on TikTok, get on it. Who knew?
Man, I have like 5 followers now, Duck. I'm so glad you told me to get on
I'm
TikTok.
telling you, dude.
Thank you so much, man.
You see,
Sorry, dude. I actually just unfollowed you, so it's for
this right here. This is what starts the fall of TikTok.
We're taking over. The old guys are taking over.
We're taking over. Oh yeah.
With that
Social
said,
media for the win.
With that
Check out my
said,
series where I yell at clouds. It's content.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Those clouds were talking back to me.
Hey, I just have one suggestion for this show. Next time, we should all just do it in one room in David's, so wherever he torments people.
It'll be our last performance ever, most of us.
yeah.
Yes.
So we'll record it. I'll edit it down.
For David, it'll be his first performance.
Yes.
Yeah. I'll finally have a captive audience. Literally.
Oh, boom.
That would be really funny, actually, if you had us tied to the fucking chairs during the whole stream.
It would be that scene from the Thing where we're all checking each other's blood, and at the very end, Mikey B is like, "I would very much like if you guys, well, I wasn't tied to this fucking couch for the rest of the fucking winter."
But we were all gonna drink gasoline anyway. So
Yeah. Whoa. This
Miles,
was going so good.
already there.
sorry, I can't help myself.
Oh my God.
I want
That's
to
how we get
say,
to the mothership with Zork, dude.
Yeah, what next you're gonna do an Asian accent? What the fuck is wrong with
it's
you?
too late. Somebody already did.
Hey,
Half
Miles
of
has
one.
a good enough Asian opener. That's what he opens with every time.
All right,
Hey, dude,
guys.
this material kills in Austin.
Yeah, I know. Guys, I just got booked on Joe Rogan's show. That's amazing. Oh no, he just found out I'm vaccinated. I'm unbooked. What the fuck?
All right, guys. I'm going to shut it down. Miles, Mikey B, Ethan, Greg, thank you for joining us. Hopefully you guys can join us again. This was awesome. Guys, I had a blast. Next week, we are taking a look at The Hand with Raph. So I can't wait to watch that. That's going to be very cool. Definitely tune in for that. Every Monday, we do this at 8 p.m. Central Time, live on Twitch. With that said, keep horror in your heart. Never forget, keep horror in your heart.
Keep horror in your heart.
And with that said, I'm going to cut the feed. If I can remember how to do it. 'Cause I gotta cut
It's the
5
big
different
red
feeds.
button, Duck.
I know. Let me cut.
Dude, fucking Ethan, you've scored on Duck like 4 times today.
Fair enough.
I'm proud of you.
enough. And there it is. Thank you again so much for checking out the podcast today. If you enjoyed it, head over to your favorite podcast app, Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean, and iTunes, and give We Are Podcast Network a like. And since this is Camp/Horrorcast, if you want to check us out live, we will be on Twitch and YouTube every Monday at 8 p.m. Central Time. You can find us at twitch.tv/We Are Podcast Network and youtube.com/We Are Podcast Network. And if you've enjoyed this podcast, you're going to love the other podcasts here on the We Are Podcast Network. We have We Are Air, where we talk movies, entertainment, whatever the fuck we want to talk about. That's me, that's Jake, and that's Javi. We're breaking down that pop culture, and we're having so much fun. And don't forget to check out We Are Bagu, a video game podcast, where we talk Atari to Steam and everything in between. That's me and Dr. Ethan Eastwood breaking down all that video game lore, heroes, Gyros, a Dungeons and Distractions side quest. Me and the boys were playing some D&D. You can start that one from Season 1, Episode 1. It's a blast the whole way through. And I Hate Being Sober. Personal stories from epic people. I sit down with some of my favorite people of all time. We talk about their trials, their tribulations, and their journey this far. Also, check the links in the description for our social media. You can find us at Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at /We Are Podcast Network. With that said, hopefully we see you in the live stream.